everybody, and welcome to Full Court MACtion, a half hour dedicated to the coaches and players making an impact in Mid-American Conference basketball. Western Michigan's women's team is off to a 4-2 start in conference play, tied for second place in the MAC. The Broncos have a definite international flavor to this year's team. One of the reasons for the Broncos' early season success is the play of Marina Asensio. Asensio played for the Spanish national 18 and under team and transferred to Western Michigan from the University of South Florida. Ironically, when Broncos head coach Shane Clipfell went on his recruiting trip to Spain, there were some unexpected challenges.
I was supposed to meet another gentleman on this trip that I took to Spain, and when I landed, I said, "Hey, I'm here." He says, "Well, I'm in LA." And I said, "Well, LA like Los Angeles?" So he said, "But I'm going to send somebody for you." I'm like, "Well, geez, thanks. That's good to know."
He looked a little bit lost because he was in the downtown city center of Spain, so it was very fun to meet him, to introduce him to the Spanish basketball, so here we are.
I've always been a ball screen type of coach on offense, and I think ball screen might be the birthplace of it, might be in Spain. I don't know, that's a stretch, but European ball is a lot of pick and roll action.
We are still using the pick and roll as a main solution in offense, and this is trending in European basketball, so I think that the players that are coming from overseas are fitting very good with this style of game, so I think it's perfect.
Pham with another rebound. Asensio. It's a three ball. That's a big play.
Oh, it was very, very, very long time ago. I think that she was, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. She joined the club that I was working on, and we built a close relationship back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit weird at the beginning because we really had always like a really close relationship, but he taught me a big part of everything I know. I'm so glad that I have like the chance to like play for him again.
Yeah, it was easy to say, can we get her? It wasn't easy. Like, I knew she was either going to go play pro, go back home and play pro, or come to Western Michigan. So we weren't competing with another university necessarily.
I'm always going to say that it was one of the best decisions I ever made to like transfer and be part of this team. Everyone is happy, and every day we have like the excitement to like practice and be better.
This year, the fact of having 3 Spanish players, I think that is helping them, especially during these periods where all their players are going to see their families and they stick together.
For me, it's really important to have people on the team that can speak the same language as me, because when I really need to like explain myself, I have them, so that helps me a lot. But I know that I need to keep improving my English, so I really try to like speak a lot more on the court.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, honestly. You know, it takes a really strong support system from home, but then having the network here and the support here to support them is probably more important, because they're here. Once they're here, we have them for long lengths of time before they can go back home.
Probably like one of the most difficult thing I ever did, to go that far from home. But at the end of the day, you grow a lot as a person. Like, you find yourself, you find new hobbies, new things that you're gonna love. People that you don't know that it's going to be important to you and it's going to help you. And at the end of the day, you find a new home.
This is Asensio with the jump shot, and she's fouled. Big shot, Marina Asensio.
She's a kid that's really, really important to us, and she's picking up all kinds of things that are going to benefit this team still over the next 8 weeks of our season left here. And she's going to be driving our boat, hopefully back here to Cleveland sometime soon.
Asensio's getting it done for the Broncos. Leading scorer, averaging better than 13 points a game. Also leading assists player, almost 5 per game. That's not all from Kalamazoo. Last Wednesday, Western Michigan defeated Toledo by 3, 41-38, giving head coach Shane Clipfell not only his 250th career win as a head coach, but his 179th win for the Broncos, tying Fran Ebert for the most wins in program history.
It means a lot, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me and congratulate me, and that makes me feel good. And the immediate thing that I thought of was that how much easier I have it as a coach than Fran Ebert did. She was the pioneer. She started the program back in the 60s. I don't know the exact date, but make no mistake about it, her wins were way more difficult to get than mine. So I have great respect for what Fran Ebert did, much more than what we've been able to do in my time there.
When we return, we'll hear from Northern Illinois men's head coach Rashawn Burno. Full Court MACtion will be right back. Stay with us. We always continue to get out and run on Full Court MACtion. We turn our attention to the men's side of things. Let's welcome in Rashawn Burno, head coach of Northern Illinois. Coach, appreciate the time. I know you were an assistant under Billy Donovan at Florida, Bobby Hurley at Arizona State, some of the elite head coaches. What do you want to bring from those programs and those coaches to Northern Illinois?
Just the winning mindset. Under Coach Donovan, he spent a tremendous amount of time in preparation out in regards to what goes into winning, getting our guys to be in the right space mentally to go out and compete. And the same with Coach Hurley. He brought his winning background, winning 2 national titles, his tenacity and fire for the game of basketball. So you try to, take bits and pieces from each coach that bodes well with your personality and your traits. And then you try to take those things and inject them into your program.
I know you haven't gotten out to the start you want in Mid-American Conference play. Still early in the season without question. What's the message of the team? What do you want to see to get things turned around this year for Northern Illinois?
Well, we just try to focus on the effort department. Obviously the game of basketball is you got to make plays when they count, but the things that you can control as far as effort and attitude, we've been banged up all year. So we've been trying to really coach our guys on let's just win the day, let's win each moment. But the effort department, we got to really focus in on those things. And then you do that, you stack good days, eventually this thing will turn for us. So
I know when you look at average height, which a little misleading, but it's 6'4.5", which is bottom part of Division I. What does that affect the style of play? What do you want to see? I know you're not rebounding the basketball the way you want to, obviously. I think it's -8 something. Is that how do you correct that?
Well, you got to do it by committee, and requires our guards to get in there and rebound. Obviously, with having lost our front court, your margin of error is very slim. So it requires you to play a really clean game. Meaning you can't give teams 2-3 times attempts at the basket. You got to make a miss and you got to rebound. But it goes back to what I stated. A lot of it is effort, right? There's going to be mismatch across the board. Obviously, can you compete? Can you put yourself in position to block out, rebound? And so it takes a team effort to try to offset the lack of height.
The other thing, though, I look at it, you got 3.5 blocks, which is 4th in the conference. You're averaging 3.5 blocks. So it shows you can do some things defensively.
Yeah, and then everybody, you got to take advantage of what you have, right? And so we may be the smallest team, so we got to counter that and make the big team have to play our style of play. In order to do that, you got to, but it goes back to rebounding and your effort. What's your effort in those departments? Because we're severely undersized.
Yeah, the one thing that has been really good, Quentin Jones transferred in from Cal Poly. That's a Chicago guy, so he's closer to home. He's averaging almost 16 a game, 4th best in the MAC. What is he doing well? How much has he meant to the Huskies this season?
Well, he's been a consummate pro since we got him in the transfer market. I stated early in the fall, I thought he'll be, one of the better guards in the MAC. He's done everything we asked of him and even more. His durability has been, knock on wood, a plus for us. He takes every rep in practice. He's a quality kid to be around and to coach. We just got to get more people to add to the fight because he's a guy that, like your numbers say it, 16 a game, he's going to be on everyone's focal point as far as scouting.
Coach Burno, appreciate the time and the insight. Thanks very much, and best of luck to the Huskies as you fight your way through Mid-American Conference play.
Thanks, Dave.
We take a look at the road to Cleveland for the men, and we're now entering the 3rd week of conference play, starting to see a little bit of separation. 8 teams are now under 500. Ohio and Toledo only have 1 loss. Miami and the Akron Zips still perfect in Mid-American Conference play. That takes us to our men's game of the week in the MAC. The Zips host the Redhawks on Saturday, 2 p.m. Miami currently riding a 7-game winning streak led by Cam Kraft. Sophomore's averaging better than 15 points a game, but he only scored 3 points in back-to-back games. Akron 9-0 at the James A. Rhodes Arena this season. They are led by junior Nate Johnson, scoring 12.8 points per game and pulling down 4.2 rebounds per contest as well. We have to take a quick timeout on Full Court MACtion. Before we go to break, we asked some of the men's Mid-American Conference players which teammate that you have would make a great future head coach. Here's what they had to say.
I'd say Jerry. I don't know. I think he'd run his team very well.
I would probably say Evan, because I feel like his personality, he's very outgoing.
Tyson Dunn, for sure, I could see being a great coach. He has a great IQ and really knows the game well, and so I could definitely see him being a coach when he's older.
I'd definitely say Mike B, because he has the most experience. He's the oldest, and he just seems like he'd be the wisest coach out of all of us.
I'll probably say Evan Absar.
I'm going to say Ben Nickel, because he definitely has that kind of a feel to him and definitely has the IQ to do it.
Definitely Joe. He just talks the most, but he'll come down to a level and help you really understand what's going on.
I'll probably say either like T.O. or Dre, just because their personality and the way they talk to people.
We continue to run things on Full Court MACtion. The Akron women's 3-3 in Mid-American Conference play. Second-year head coach Ryan Gensler. And let's welcome in Ryan Gensler. Coach, appreciate the time very much. I know you've been banged up this year, some injuries. You've had 8 different leading scorers for the Zips. How have the injuries affected the team? And what about kind of fighting through with what you've had to do as a team?
Yeah, I think the balance has been the number one thing that we tried to achieve this year in year 2. But I think you saw that by way of 8, different leading scorers for us. A lot of kids resetting career highs along the way. And the balance of how we want to play both offensively and the versatility we want to be able to play with defensively has led to better, stronger systems for us on both ends of the floor. So it's been an awesome journey. It's been all the peaks and valleys, dealing with some of these injuries, but, seeing others thrive and step up when others have gone down. But, when the dust settles, you're still a little bit limited by way of number and what you're able to do in practice and the bandwidth that number can, do. And so, long story short, we've overachieved in a lot of aspects of getting a lot out of players that weren't going to necessarily be asked to do certain roles, and expanded those roles, and really proud of the group and really proud of even just our injured players, of their level of support and fighting through their rehabs and getting ready to whenever it is they're able to come back.
So you kind of alluded to this, 7 newcomers, 3-3 in the Mid-American Conference, mentioned that, 9-9 overall. How have the new players kind of integrated themselves, and do you see kind of the meshing that you had hoped to?
Yeah, I have. I think, we were able to go to Puerto Rico very early in June when I first got everyone here on campus, and that helped us simplify things. We had 8 practices before we went and played in Puerto Rico. So in those 8 practices, you really kind of have to formulate an identity and keep it simple. And those newcomers were able to pick up things very well. A Shelby Brown, who's, had several double-doubles for us, was a player coming in from Memphis that we knew we needed to have, both by way of versatility, athleticism, and ability to score it. And she came right onto the scene and has done a really nice job. Cameron Rhodes early in this season, and our point guard transfer from Illinois, did an incredible job of leading this team. And getting us into, the right spots. Maddie Vasicki was a great bright spot by way of San Diego and Virginia Tech, comes back home to Ohio and has really, really risen to the role that she had. And then, and you can go on and on. There's 7, but, one in particular, Emily Hall, Division III transfer, was going to be a backup to the backup point guard. It's just some insurance. Cameron goes down, and now she's playing real minutes. So the simplicity of how we wanted to play was helpful. and getting them to be able to get confident early and then build from that foundation. And I think we've seen that so far. And as they've had to, kind of expand on the volume of which they had to go, these newcomers have been wonderful, great people, great personalities, and our returners have done a great job welcoming them and living up to how we want to be both on and off the court.
So 2 things. You're in your second year. Have you seen the growth from year 1 to year 2? And then what do you need to see to continue it and maybe even push it forward rest of the MAC play?
Yeah, we talk all the time about, you don't necessarily rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And we wanted to really tighten this system in year 2 by way of shot selection, by way of balance in scoring, by way of versatility on the defensive end. And I think as we've chart the season, we've done that. And I was, tickled, even in a game against Eastern Michigan when Emily Hall, Division III transfer from Hamilton College, led us in scoring. She led us in scoring, and 12 of her points were off of cutting. And that's a kid who picked up on our system in September. So, I feel like we're teaching it right. We've got really smart kids, and, I think it's a credit to our players that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical, athletic thing. It can be a little bit of a mental thing to pair with, some of the physical strengths that we have. And, she was a perfect example in a game like that to lead us in scoring, and having 12 points on just cuts is incredible. So the system's getting tighter. Seen a lot of growth that way. And it gives us even more excitement to be able to build upon this moving forward.
Coach Gensler, as always, thanks so much for the time. Look forward to seeing the Zips progress through Mid-American Conference play. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dave. Go Zips.
Let's check in on the women's road to Cleveland Mid-American Conference standings. Ball State stays undefeated and at the top of the standings for another week. Right behind the Cardinals are Buffalo, Kent State, and Western Michigan. For our women's game of the week, we head down to Oxford as the Redhawks take on Kent State. Golden Flashes are led by senior Jenna Batch. She scored double figures in 17 straight games. And the Redhawks are led by sophomore Angelina Gonzalez, averaging almost 17 points per game. We have to take another time out here on Full Court MACtion. We asked the women's players, would you rather be known for your defense or your scoring ability?
I would say elite defense. I think I'd rather be known for my scoring ability.
The elite scoring ability. I would rather be known for my elite defense.
Elite score.
Elite scoring.
I would rather be known for my elite defense.
Full Court MACtion continues. Time to head out to Ypsilanti, Michigan and Eastern Michigan University. We meet freshman Dylan Tingler for the Eagles. He enjoys being involved with young basketball players who are working to try to get better on the court.
What's up, y'all? My name is Dylan Tingler. We just giving back to the community and trying to pass on some of the skills we've learned along the years. We're gonna start with a line right here. I'm gonna be sitting here. I'm gonna be the defender. Y'all have to make a move, and once y'all get by me, you have to finish and make a jump shot, all right? Does everybody understand? Good move, good move, move. Oh, good shot, good shot. All right, we're bringing the line over here. Come on, hustle, 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 hustle. All right, ready? Go. It's right here. He won, he won. Second to last, that's not bad. That's still good though, y'all are good. It don't matter what hand y'all go with, as fast as you can. That's 3 dubs. Oh no, give me that. Oh, I just airball. Lil Curry, good move, good crossover from deep. Oh, that was deep, that was deep. Oh yeah, we playing defense. Oh, we playing defense. Oh, shoot it again. Get your rebound. Oh, I'm contesting. Lay chips. I really enjoyed the day because, growing up, I was an only child, so I didn't really get to pass on any knowledge or anything or work with anyone younger. So it's good to get in the gym with people that are younger, share some knowledge, and, it's just a good experience overall. So I'm just glad I got this opportunity.
The Mid-American Conference will be celebrating 25 years of tournament play in Cleveland, Ohio this March. For this week's tournament time capsule, we take you to 2007. The Akron Zips lead by 2 points, and they are at the line with 6.6 seconds remaining in the game.
Came up front rim with 5 left. Miami down by 2. Peno for the win. Got it! It went down off the glass. Instant walk-off win. Miami's Red Hawks. They're dancing in Oxford, Ohio.
It was Doug Peno who banked in the game winner, the three-pointer at the buzzer. Miami head coach Charlie Coles won his 3rd overall MAC championship. Tim Politz was named the tournament MVP. From one great play to several more, it's time for our Plays of the Week.
There's a track down steal from Lawson. 1-on-1 to the cup and a finish for 2.
Willis, lob, Hanna, blocked. Sent back by Miguel Cibelic. Now he's open for 3. Buffalo is out of this world. Look out. 4th steal. Back and forth. Boom! Becky to Kiefer. Oh, Allie Becky. We'll see you on SportsCenter.
And accept him.
Oh, another takeaway. Here's Young. Oh, what a pass. Leaving it back for Johnson.
That's all we have time for on this edition of Full Court MACtion. Join us next week when we continue to show you some of the best in men's and women's basketball from all across the Mid-American Conference. Good night, everybody.